All right, welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your master of musical menace and agent of animated awesome. Today is Friday, it's our musical day. And I said 2 weeks ago we were going to review the Snow Queen, the original version, the Russian one that was somebody thoughtfully provided it on the Internet Archive. And before we get, well, I liked it still because it's a good movie. It's gorgeous, like I said the last time. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the movie. And have you seen it? But did you let? I mean, most people say, "Oh, I like the subtitle version better," but really, the differences are so minute. But be that as it may, just let me know. And if you could watch a little longer than usual, it shouldn't take too long. The movie is 60. I think the Russian movie is 60 minutes total. I don't. I think the extra time was from the U.S. one. Yeah, well, it says 64 minutes. Anyway, are you ready? Wrap up your get your parka and your clogs on, and let's roll. So really, the movie starts out exactly the same way, except well, it doesn't start out exactly the same way because there's no Art Linkletter and children running around and being goofballs. There is a bit of editing here and there because it's it's a Russian movie and it's a little more brutal than what Americans thought children could handle. But there it is. I mean, they did reanimate this opening, and there's old Dreamy, Hans Christian Andersen. So he's talking, and of course, it's all in Russian, and my Russian is bad. It's just, I know some of the words, and I could hear it because Gerda said spasiba and dos vidania quite a bit. I know what those mean. You know, thank you and goodbye. Oh, yeah, old, I don't even know what that translates to, but old Dreamy himself. God of I like that. They took that line out about the naughty children, but you can see they've done a great restoration here, preservation, and it's just nice that it's well preserved. So once again, Internet Archive, bless you. And here we see that Gerda is watering the street, and it's almost exactly the same. But there's some more, there's just some more. I don't know what I want to say. They just talk more. They loved each other very much, but they're very young, so who knows? But she asks Granny where the snow comes from. The snow bees is what she calls them, right? White bee, snowflakes, there they are. But it happens exactly the same that she's beautiful, and there they are shining like stars. The magic mirror. Kay brags. He's called Kai in this one, Kai. Kai, but I'm sure that's just a translation error on our part that they called him K. But so she didn't like that, and there she goes. The ice splinters. So we understand why and see bad things and do bad things. There she is, and he gets it in his eye and in his heart. He knows exactly where both of them went. So the flowers die, and now see it says K, but when you hear it, they're saying Kai. But and there's the crying, and Kay's just awful in his, but he's got to wear those shoes that can't be comfortable. And up, well, there comes the Snow Queen, and off they go. So, and there's again, the animation's beautiful. It's just the slight story difference here. So there's the lamb that just been born. The dubbing is pretty straightforward overall, but this quality print here. We'll get to the part where I switched over, but there she is. And apparently she just wanted a daughter or something. She cast a spell, but she's not evil. She just is, thoughtless, probably. They fall asleep. Now she remembers, but she got there in spring. Now it's autumn. So she's been asleep for 6 months. Who knows how long the old woman's been asleep? There are a lot of really good. I mean, there's the Wikipedia page has got great information on here who the actor, because there's several different versions in English alone. But and there's Mr. Korax, who is not, even though you see it's windy and it's mostly snow, but he's not a tern or an Arctic tern.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah, right.
Here's a little riddle for you.
All right.
What kind of bird always says the name of our next band?
Oh, I guess, turn? An Arctic tern?
And what sound does an Arctic tern make?
Backstreet Boys?
No, Cole. That's wrong.
Well, why don't you tell us what's right?
I was thinking an owl.
Oh.
Who? The Who is our next band on this series.
Just wait until I review The Raven, the 61 or 63, the Corman version of The Raven, because, well, I'm going to use it again. It'll be a while, but it'll be there because I love that movie. Anyway, Mr. Korax, she tells him about where she's looking for Kay. He's like, let's go. She says, I know where he is. And look at the difference in that. It's not dark. It's just magnificent. And that's the print. That's not due to it wasn't, I'm sure it didn't look that way when it was first screened in US in the movie theater or television or wherever. But that print was pretty beat up in parts, not all of them, but these dark parts here. I missed this shot originally. I just love the sparkles. Everyone's asleep. Sneak, 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 sneak. That's how Harley tells everyone she's sneaking. There's the guard. And obviously, some of the subtitles, this is just a typo. And I'm sure that, the L and the I are right next to, near each other. Yeah. A modest little chatterbox. It's not him. It's a wee chubby prince. And so off they wake up, and once again they find everything, and they're kind to her, and then she tells them the story, and there he is, near the Arctic. So you'd think they might have run into a tern, and I'm not going to do it again. I promise. I'm good. I mean, I just can't get over how gorgeous this movie is. I mean, it just. And the way, I mean, she's they use rotoscoping and all kinds of interesting things. So, it makes me want to own the movie, but I don't know. She doesn't know what love is. See, I don't know. And he doesn't want her to show him. I really dislike that Foreigner song. But they made a lot of money with it, so more power to him for that. Little girl, he doesn't even call her by name, just little girl, take this golden carriage. Did they not think this was a problem? In the dub, they call it a golden plated carriage, but you know how heavy that thing must be? I'm surprised it didn't get stuck in the mud. She falls asleep because she's snug and warm and probably been fed. And here we have the leader of the gang. I believe that her husband is in there as well. Let's see, where is her name there? The robber girl. No. Old robber, female. And that is not June Foray. But yeah, they're gold. They take it all. And they're going to eat Gerda. Now this, they mention that, but they don't say it outright. And then Angel, who is not named, she's just called the robber girl. Just she, Shee. But they, dub her Angel in there, which is no big deal. But she's definitely a girl. And we also find out that that's her mom. This is one wild child who obviously, has parental issues. But they won't kill you. They run around, and there's no dub. There's not even any dubbing here because in the U.S. dub they add the lines that, "Oh, we're alive. Let's run away." They just get up and go. You can hear them, woo, 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 they sing. So one of the different, they call this a musical animated musical fantasy, but in this version, there are no songs like there are in the U.S. cut that have been added. There's this song here, but it's them singing along, singing as they um, ride into the forest to spend their ill-gotten gains. I don't even know because there's a lot of food in there. Angel saves Gerda, and we go through the whole this thing. But Bay is it's not not the Japanese word for fly or whatever else, but that's what they calls the reindeer. And she keeps saying this. What's sentimentality? Which I think a better transliterator probably would have said, what feeling? You have so much feeling, or you have so much emotion toward your finding this. Tell me everything. So suddenly her heart is starting to get larger. It might even grow 3 times. So they're drinking, they're eating, they're dancing, beating on each other. And now the pigeons, these are the ones you see in the beginning where the Ice Queen kills their mother, but they're still alive on her way to Lapland, which is far, far north. Now they're drunk. I mean, literally drunk. And robber woman, it just says female. Doesn't even give her. They don't give any of these names. So now Angel's heart has grown 3 times its size, so it's a normal size heart, and she lets everyone go. And the rabbits are cheering. She's still threatening her, crying because she sees what I guess true love, you could call it, what love can do, and that she's never had any. Probably not. I mean, I would doubt it. They would probably have sold her in a minute. The robbers, if they thought they'd have gotten any, and they wouldn't got any money from her, and she wouldn't have killed the people they sold her to. What sentimentality, what emotion? But they go and comfort her. So this is a nice little. I mean, same as the other one. And then, yep, that's the Laplander woman. And now we have she's headed to writes the message on the in Finland, and Bay talks to his fellow reindeer. Help, give her the strength of 12 men, and she's like, no, she doesn't need any more strength. She's got a devoted heart, which is a little. But off she goes. Please get up. There we go. And now we're to the end of the movie and finding Kay. But she hugs him, and that's what melts the shard out of his heart, the splinter, and then it falls out of his eye. They're all happy until they realize, dun dun dun. But someone should have told the Snow Queen this.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
Even though I had just watched the movie, the English dub, the original English dub, right before this, I watched them like 5 days difference. I still really enjoyed the movie. The animation is gorgeous. The story is good. It's not overly saccharine. It doesn't sugarcoat anything, and it's just different. It's probably closer to Hans Christian Andersen than anything Disney's ever done. But I don't know if they've done anything other than The Little Mermaid. I have a version of that we're going to review too in the near future. So she tells him Kay doesn't belong to her anymore, and then she disappears. She melts away, and it's springtime. And once again they meet everyone. They say goodbye. And I just love that they have her as security. I'm hoping they gave her a home with Gerda's grandmother, so she'd get some love and turn into an incredibly decent person, I must say. But it's just it does all's well that ends well. I mean, there they go, the prince and the princess and the ravens, not terns, but ravens all wave goodbye, and their plants are blooming again because this is a whole lot of fertilizer, right? I know I'm being very, very, very cynical. And many more wonderful fairy tales in store. And I'm sure they probably did several more because they did get to import this. And I'm glad they did. It's nice that even though we were enemies with Russia, that we could import their movies because Roger Corman did. obviously, several, were imported over here from the Soviet bloc at the time. Carl Siemens movies, you know how much I love Journey to the Beginning of Time. Anyway, so there it is, the end. And that's where it ends. You don't get, there's credits, but that is the end. And yes, that is what we're reviewing tomorrow, but wait.
We'll be right back for another exciting adventure with Superman.
So yes, we are reviewing the 1993 Iron Monkey, not the 1977 version, which I should watch again because it's pretty fun from what I remember. If I can find it, I'll watch it again. At some point, I'm sure I will, because you can't do Shaw Brothers all the time. Not even I like every Shaw Brothers movie. Can we say frickin' The Disciples, Shaolin? So until our next assignment, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
Security Chief Wu. Can't you see I'm busy right now? Sorry.
Hey, someone's on the roof! Hey, Governor, it's Iron Monkey!
Sweetheart, stay here and protect me, please!
I heard you got the Iron Monkey. When? Are you going to catch him for good?
Thanks for your donation. Very generous. Call yourself security. Go and arrest anyone who even possibly could be the Iron Monkey. Cut!
The governor was holding a bunch of us as his prisoners.
I want Iron Monkey captured and then brought to me within 7 days.
If I said that I'd do it, he agreed to let them all go, except that he's still got my son.
Kill him!
He's probably right under my nose.